Can Change Your Brain, Part 2. In this book, we'll show you how to use these strategies to rapidly develop deep, long-lasting relationships at home and at work. You'll learn how to interrupt unconscious inner speech that generates anxiety, fear, and doubt. You'll build more intimate relationships in your personal life, and you'll build more successful relationships with your clients, employees, and colleagues. You'll create fun, productive collaborations at work. You'll enhance your management skills, and this will translate into more income and sales. You'll learn how to recognize when another person is lying, and you'll discover how to use your intuition to know what others are thinking before they even speak. You'll even discover how silence can strengthen the power of your communication skills. We'll also show you a little secret that will change your facial expressions in ways that will inspire trust in others. You can change the rate of your speech to influence how the other person feels, and you'll be able to use your body language to convey more meaning than words can ever capture. If you practice these strategies for just a few minutes each day, you'll think more clearly, you'll enhance your creativity, and you'll generate more authentic dialogues with others. You can even eliminate conflicts before they begin. Our brain scan studies, when combined with the latest research in the fields of language, communication, and mindfulness, demonstrate that these strategies can improve memory and cognition while simultaneously lowering stress, anxiety, and irritability, factors that are known to undermine the effectiveness of any conversation or social interaction. As you practice these strategies on a daily basis, your self-confidence and satisfaction in life will grow in ways that can be measured in the laboratory and felt at home. We call this strategy compassionate communication, and when you use them in your conversation, something quite surprising occurs. Both of your brains begin to align themselves with each other. This special bond is a phenomenon referred to as neural resonance, and in this enhanced state of mutual attunement, two people can accomplish remarkable things together. Why? Because it eliminates the natural defensiveness that normally exists when people casually converse. The elements of compassionate communication can be combined in different ways to fit different situations, and you can integrate them with other communication approaches, thereby making them more effective. You can use compassionate communication with children to help them cope more effectively with interpersonal conflicts, to discuss difficult topics, and even help them achieve higher grades in school. It also helps family members and caregivers converse more effectively with people who are suffering from mental illness or various forms of cognitive decline. Psychotherapists and peer counseling groups have integrated compassionate communication into their practices, and it has been embraced by many spiritual and religious organizations that promote interfaith dialogue and nonviolent communication. Compassionate communication in the workplace. Side note, why is that the priority? Obviously, capitalism. Anyway. So, compassionate communication was originally developed as a tool to help couples build intimacy and resolve conflicts, and it has found its way into the hallways of hospitals and caregiver facilities, where doctors and nurses use it to improve their interactions with patients and colleagues. Compassionate communication has also generated strong interest in boardrooms of corporate America. It reduces work-related stress, which compromises productivity and eventually leads to burnout, and it has proven to be particularly effective for building stronger and more cooperative teams, for improving communication between upper and lower management, and for improving client and customer support, thus leading to increased sales and company loyalty. Financial and real estate companies have also embraced compassionate communication. Donna Phelan, a vice president and investment officer at a major bank, explains. In the fast-paced world of business and financial management, my most important responsibility is client communication. Service professionals have a tremendous need to integrate the most effective strategies that exist, and this is particularly true when working in volatile financial markets, where people often experience sensory overload due to the flood of information coming from stock quote monitors, analysts, research reports, urgent emails, and multiple phone lines ringing at once. The principles and techniques of compassionate communication provide a mindset that optimizes the dialogue between clients, advisors, and market strategists. The mindset asks, what do clients want most? The answer, to be listened to and to be heard in the briefest period of time, with the greatest accuracy, and in a manner that generates mutual respect and trust. And in my profession, business success depends on developing these crucial skills, and we have found that advancing training in compassionate communication effectively and quickly accomplishes this need. In personal relationships, poor listening and speaking skills are major causes of disputes and divorce. And in the business world, such weaknesses can drive a company into bankruptcy. Thus, any strategy that can teach a person to speak with clarity, brevity, calmness, kindness, and sincerity will increase interpersonal stability in the workplace and at home. For this reason, compassionate communication has been incorporated into a core training module in the Executive MBA program at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. It enhances teamwork performance and the development of socially responsible corporate values, and it helps to reduce the stress generated by the extraordinary demands placed on students who are also managing thriving businesses. As Chris Manning, a professor of finance and real estate, states, compassionate communication offers a cost-effective way to train individuals to communicate more effectively and professionally with each other while fostering higher levels of openness, trust, and interpersonal rapport. Dr. Manning elaborates. As a society, we have become word-dependent, unaware that words play only a partial role in the overall communication process in business. More important is the sender's skill in conveying an intended message and the receiver's skill at inferring what the message will be. These nonverbal messages are imbued with feelings, attitudes, and implied values. The strategies built into compassionate communication help students, managers, and business executives to recognize and develop these essential nonverbal cues. Joan Summers also uses a variation of compassionate communication where she interviews job applicants for her insurance company. She begins by asking them what their deepest values are, a key component of compassionate communication that we'll address in Chapter 7. If the applicant's personal values differ from the values of her company, that person is not hired because she knows such discrepancies will eventually lead to employee dissatisfaction. Joan then pays attention to how the person engages in dialogue. Do they make the right kind of eye contact? Do they respond to her questions directly and briefly? Is the tone of their voice warm and gentle? Do they exude positivity about themselves, their skills, and their desire to be a part of her team? In essence, she is using the components of compassionate communication to identify those individuals who have a propensity to communicate effectively with others. At the Holmes Institute, the Theological Seminary of the Centers for Spiritual Living, ministerial candidates are trained in compassionate communication because it helps them to respond with greater sensitivity to the needs of their congregants. Elementary school teachers are also adopting versions of compassionate communication because it helps children develop better coping strategies when conflicts arise on the playground. Deep listening is next.